I'm Chas, and you're watching Chas's Crazy Creations. Next time you're at the thrift store, head over to the dishes section and grab a variety of dishes. For these first two projects, you're going to need a candle holder and a variety of dishes, plus some socks and some super glue. Make some soapy water and add your dishes carefully. Let them soak for a little bit. This will help make sure all of the stickers come off easily. In addition to that, you'll be cleaning your glass. I covered my surface with a vinyl tablecloth. I'm going to start with the taper candle, and I'm using some Fix-All super glue from the dollar store. I'm going to place some of the Fix-All super glue on the top of the taper candle on all of the edges all the way around. I removed the lid from a candy dish and I placed it on top of the super glue. Now I want to let this set for 24 hours to make sure it's good and dry. Now that it's dry, I'm going to add some accents. So I'm going to tie some red ribbon around it as well as add some evergreen to it. This is an optional step and can be changed up per season. Now you can place candy in the top still, but I'm going to place a battery-operated tea light inside, and then I'm going to place the lid on top. For the second project, I'm going to grab this bowl and turn it upside down. I added some Fix-All super glue around the perimeter of the bowl, and then I placed another bowl on top of the super glue. You're going to want to let the glue dry between each of these steps. I added super glue to the top of the bowl, and then I took a second bowl, flipped it upside down, and placed it on top of the first bowl. I had a dollar store sock, and I cut the top off of the sock. I grabbed a rubber band, and I tied it around the cut part of the sock. I folded up the bottom and fluffed out the top. I cut either side of the sock so that it opened up in half, and then I cut a section out of the sock, making a nice long strip. Now, I'll be gluing this last piece into place, but I want to show you two options. Option one is to set the glass on like this and then add my stocking cap to the top of the snowman. Option two would be to take the glass piece and flip it upside down and then look for an additional candle holder and flip that upside down so that it can become the top hat for this snowman. Which version do you like better? Let me know in the comments below. I took the other piece of sock and I wrapped it around the neck and tied it so that it would become a scarf. Now that the glue's all dried, my glass art is complete. So here's the lamppost and the snowman with option 1. And here's the snowman again, but this time with option 2. Which one do you like better? Let me know in the comments below. Now, on to the next DIY. For this project, I grabbed a variety of glass pieces from the thrift store. I glued these two curved dishes together, and then I glued them to the back of a vase that's upside down. I added a circle to the top and glued that into place, and then I found this other piece that looked like a crown, and I glued that to the top. I now have a glass dish angel. I can add a candle to it underneath, which is an LED candle, or a solar light, or a battery-operated LED light. Let me know what you think in the comments below. To get started with this project, I grabbed 5 candle holders from the thrift store. I grabbed an old baking sheet and some wax paper to protect my surface. I practiced stacking all of the candle holders in different ways to pick the design that I liked the best for my future tree. For the bottom tier of my tree, I flipped it upside down, and beforehand I had made sure to wash all of the candle holders to clean them of any dirt and debris. I then placed E6000 all around the top edge of the candle holder. I then stacked one of the candle holders on top of the bottom candle holder. I then used E6000 and put it on the top of the second candle holder. And I repeated the same process as before. I stacked the next candle holder on top. And then again for the last layer, another round of E6000 on the top of the candle holder, and then stacking the last candle holder on top. I let all of these dry before moving on to the next step. I filled the candle holder hole up with E6000, but yet leaving a little bit of room as I was going to be putting something inside. I had this old stopper I was saving for something, and this was the perfect use for it. I placed the stopper into the top of the candle holder, and I let this dry completely. This last skinny candle holder would be the base or stem of the tree. I had found a battery-operated LED light that changed colors at Dollar Tree and thought it would be perfect for this little tree. I placed the LED light in the base and then put the tree on top of the base. I just love how the LED light glows up through the tree and changes colors. And even in a completely dark room, this is how it lights up. I absolutely love how the light shines through it and how beautiful it turned out. Today I'm going to take some thrift store finds and flip them into something for your home or yard. I'm going to take this little vase and I'm going to add some white sand from Dollar Tree into it to weight it down. Next I'm going to add some Fix-All super glue from Dollar Tree to the top of the vase. And I'm going to take a little thrift store bowl that I found and place it upside down on top of the vase. And I'm going to let that glue dry completely. For this project, I'm going to take a cylinder vase and I'm going to add some dollar store rocks to weight it down. I'm going to place a solar light onto the top of the vase. I'm going to add a little hot glue to the rim of the vase, and then I'm going to flip this glass bowl upside down and place it on top of the vase. I've created some DIY garden mushrooms for my yard. You can also see some of the other dish mushrooms that I've created as well. For this project, I have a plant stand, and I went ahead and spray painted the plant stand silver. I found this plant stand on the side of the road. I grabbed a glass bowl from the thrift store, and I filled it up with water. I placed the bowl of water into the plant stand, and then I placed a solar fountain into the water. I just love this little solar fountain. It was so easy to make, and I get to enjoy it all summer long. For this project, I'll be using a variety of vases and candle holders. I placed E6000 glue on top of the vase and the taper candle holder. I placed one of the candle holders upside down onto the vase, and the other candle holder I placed right side up onto the taper candle holder, and I let the glue dry completely. I created a glass dish flower and mushroom, and I placed them out front on my front porch to welcome guests along with my dish angel. For this next project, I used this chicken feeder that I found at a thrift store, as well as this other dish. I placed E6000 on the bottom of the mason jar, which was the top of the chicken feeder, and then I placed a dish upside down on top. I added some bird seed and placed it out in my yard. Now I have a lovely bird feeder, and the bird seed won't get wet. I also found this lovely blue basket style dish, and all I did was put bird seed in it and place it on a shepherd's hook. Now it's a simple and easy bird feeder. Want to be notified of future videos? Look for the link in the description below. For this dish flower, I bought a pipe at the hardware store, and then I had a spoon from the dollar store, which I flattened and bent over. I then siliconed that to the back of a dish, and then on the front of the dish, I siliconed a second candle holder dish. Here's another dish flower with the same concept. I took a dish and siliconed a candle holder to it, then I siliconed it to a serving fork that I found at a thrift store. For this one, I had a broken solar light, and I attached a set of dishes that I had siliconed to the solar light, so this one lights up in the evenings. And here's a quick look at some other variations that I've created with dishes and candle holders and serving forks. Through this process, I have created my own dish flower garden, and to top it off, I added my copper kettle pouring onto them all. I found this odd candle holder that was missing all of its glass parts. I added some tea cups that I had found, or punch cups, and I E6000 them into place. Right now they're currently hanging upside down to keep them clean. I also have another dish angel. For this project, I added some E6000 glue to the top of a candle holder. I placed a second candle holder into the glue, and then I let that dry completely. You can use any candle you'd like. I'm using a battery-operated LED light. I created quite a few of these creations, and to me, they remind me of flowers, and I love how they look. For this project, you're going to need a variety of dishes and a couple of candle holders. I found mine at the thrift store. You'll start with the biggest plate on the bottom, and then you'll decide which way you want your candle holder to go. Next, you'll continue stacking your dishes until you get the desired look of what you'd like for your 3-tiered tray. There are several choices for adhesion on these plates. You can use museum wax, you can use E6000, or I'm going to be using a hot glue gun because I want it to be temporary, and then I want to be able to take that apart when I'm done with it. I hot glued all of the pieces together in the shape and the look that I wanted. Here's a second tiered tray that I made, and this one I adhered together with E6000. I have an optional bowl that I can set on top. And I hope this inspires you to create something with old dishes. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel and my blog at chascrazycreations.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Want 21 sensible home hacks to make you a smarter homeowner? Look for the link in the description below.